In this tutorial, I will show you how to change the specs on your page. So your page is 21 inches long and 9.5 inches wide. So first thing is you are going to go over to InDesign, Preferences, Units and Increments, and change them from picas to inches. From picas to inches for vertical and horizontal, and click OK. Next, you are going to go to change the actual length of the page by going to File, Document Setup, and you are going to change the height to 21 inches and the width to 9.5. You're going to click OK, and then all of a sudden your page is going to be very long, and you're going to have this ample room at the top and the bottom. You're going to solve one of your problems by clicking out in the margin or the gutter and drawing a big box around what you have and let go. Everything will be selected. You're going to shift it to the top of the page by using the arrow keys that are next to your space bar and your number pad on the right of your keyboard. Once you shift it all the way up to the top, you're going to notice that you have an extra column, and that's okay. This is going to be some more area that we can use for directory, breakout box, and other artwork or column. Once you have your story, your page all the way up to the top, you are next going to work on adding a cutout, a four-cornered picture. So let's select anywhere on the page, and now let's move our elements around. I know I need this box to snap to the purple lines. I know I need these columns to do the same. So I'm just going to do a little adjusting. And my caption box. Adjust. Great. I am now going to put in a picture here. So you have a four-cornered picture. Pretend I have a picture. And we're going to replace it with a cutout. So here's my cutout. And what I want to do is a word wrap around my cutout. So I'm going to go and load my cursor with the story. And it is important to know that if we want it to wrap, the column needs to come over and overlap on our image. So I'm just going to put in an additional column here so we have 4 columns. I'm going to come over to my story, highlight it. I'm going to do Command C to copy it. And then I'm going to come over here and paste it. Make sure you get on the black arrow so you can load your cursor and keep flowing it. All right. And you will notice that it did word wrap around my image here. So I can experiment with that a little bit. Looks like there was a problem here. And you're going to encounter problems while you're working. I can experiment with this, how it wraps around my image by coming over and selecting one of these buttons here in the upper menu. So we have wrap around object shape, we have no text wrap, we have wrap around bounding box, and jump object. So what we want is wraparound object, and I already had it selected, so it did wrap around my cutout as I was loading my cursor. Now you'll notice this image I brought in has this checkered background from Photoshop, so make sure that you bring in a cutout that is a true cutout, not a PNG because the system won't recognize it, a JPEG, but has been saved without this transparent background. And that is it. So you should work on one of your images today to cut it out and make it a cutout. You should wrap the text around it. It could be here at the end of your story, or you could bring your image and have it at the beginning of your story, and you could word wrap in the first column. Same thing. So we just would take our object and resize it and make sure that we're resizing him to be proportional, and so forth. Okay, that concludes this tutorial.